are no American combat forces in Laos.
The events that took place then, in a top-secret war, would completely alter my life forever. My father, Staff Sergeant Richard A. Fitz, was a Green Beret who was killed in Laos on November 30th, 1968 on a classified mission.
But one of the most memorable one, the gunships came first, and they just circled us and were surrounded. They said we got the word that there were maybe 300 surrounding us, 300 people, and they just started shooting anybody around us. And they kept on shooting all day long.
When we came out, General Stilwell was waiting to congratulate us personally. He had been listening to the whole thing over the radio while Krauss was calling back for airstrikes. He made the remark that it sounded like World War broke loose on that goddamn hill. He said the only thing he wanted to ask us is where we got the balls to ambush such a large force with only 12 men.
We were shouting at each other. That's how close they were hollering us and we were hollering at them. And then we called in airstrikes and they heard them get burnt by a white phosphorus. I heard them screaming. And take that, you son of bitches. And we were starting to run out of ammunition. I carried a pretty heavy load, but we were getting low on ammunition and we started getting more selective of where we're shooting.
3.2 million Americans served in Vietnam. Of that, 20,000 were Green Berets. Of that, 2,000 served in S.O.G. Of that, 400 to 600 ran recon, of which your dad was one. And so those numbers tell you how elite the unit was and what your dad was a part of.
I don't know if I make the Beret or the Beret makes me. But let me tell you, whoever that Beret is, you can see or feel me.
We came around just seconds after it actually hit the ground. An internal explosion took place out of the cargo door.
The resulting explosion and intensity of it more than likely took the lives of the 7 Americans on board.
And it was obvious from the reports of the other the Army helicopters, that when it impacted, that was it. There was no chance on God's earth that anybody survived that because of the ammunition.
The government, however, would not admit any knowledge of his death and would keep his status as MIA, or missing in action. And for me, 2 decades later, it would all come around again. For God and country, and for our great nation,